I'm going to share a few things that I've learned, a few things that I'm going to implement in this year, and just, share them with you and bring you along. So let's see how much we can achieve in this beautiful year. Hello, beautiful people. Happy New Year. Oh, wow. Can you believe how fast time flies? Like 1 minute is January, the next minute you're thinking, where did the time go? I feel like I was just saying Happy New Year yesterday. I mean, I kind of was, but you know what I mean. So as we are all pumped, geared and ready for the new year, if you felt like 2025 didn't go as planned or didn't go as you imagined, this video is for you. I am a traditional babe, okay? I love my journals, my books and everything. So I've got this beautiful one and also a folder. I like writing down, my thoughts and plans in beautiful looking books. So grab your notebook or your phone and let's get this plan started. One thing I've learned in life and also in business is that goals don't fail because we're lazy or we're incapable or external, just because of external circumstances. Sometimes it's because we just set too vague a goal and find it difficult to hit them. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you what my approach is and we'll just break it down together. I want to share one very simple but practical way of achieving our goals without feeling overwhelmed. So instead of setting a goal for the entire year and just pinning them, this is why I don't do New Year resolutions. I set goals. We don't do resolutions over here. So when we set our goals, we're going to break them down into achievable targets and make sure we hit them. So instead of setting goals for the entire year and hoping for the best, we're going to break them down 3 months, 12 weeks, 1 goal, or 2 or 3, depending on how much you can carry. Just 1 season at a time. Because I know that a year can feel overwhelming, but a quarter, that one gives a different vibe. Grabbing your pen and your book, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. In the next 90 days, what does progress realistically look for me? And what small but consistent actions can I take to achieve them? So for me personally, I've separated them. I don't know why I struggled to say that there. For me personally, I've separated them. So I've got family, I've got business, and I've got personal. So just to give you a better overview, the year has 4 quarters, right? Each one is 3 months, 12 weeks, 90 days, give or take, right? And then for each quarter, we are going to set the goals, the targets, and what we want to achieve for that quarter. So once you set out your main goal, or maybe 2 of your main goals for each section of your life, you're going to then break them down into targets. What do you need to do to achieve those goals? And then you're going to break those down and give yourself deadlines. So what do I need to do by which point? And don't forget, I know I said about the books and stuff, but my calendar on my phone gives me reminders every single day. So we're going to put them in our calendar and say we need to do this by this point. And you're going to have to be very disciplined with yourself. The main thing is not to just give yourself a vague title like I'm going to grow my business or I'm going to start my business. What does that mean? Break it down. So if you're going to grow your business, okay, that could be the goal for the year. How are we going to grow this business? And how are we going to do that in 4 parts? In the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So the first quarter, maybe I'm doing some research. How am I doing this research? When is my deadline for this research? And what's going to come out of it? Or what am I hoping to get from it? And then breaking those down into different targets so that you can then set a deadline for yourself to know that so then you know by quarter 2 I've either started the business or I'm looking to launch in quarter 3, so you know exactly what it is that you're doing. And this does not just apply for business, it's for family too. My daughter is going to be doing her 11 plus, so we've broken that down into quarters. I did this with her actually, so we broke it down. Even though hers was a bit repetitive, it was literally every single month was 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus up until September, but we're breaking them down into what needs to be done and how would she get herself ready for this. So she's going to study this amount of time every single day for this period of time. What else is she putting in? She does performing arts as well. She's put that in there. So it applies to every aspect of your life. This way, if you're like me, my mind is constantly running, thinking of things. But if you're like me, this breaks them down, and you know, you then tend to think that, oh wait, this is achievable. I should be able to do this. And one thing I should say is, look, at the end of 2026, even if you haven't reached the goal, you definitely would have gotten somewhere, because you're not just living through the days as it comes and it goes, and you're not just having vague plans. But if you're setting yourself targets and then you're meeting them, you'll realize that you've gotten quite a lot done in that space of time. Another important thing to not forget, at the end of every quarter, we are going to review what we did in that quarter and what we're going to learn from and what we're going to implement in the next one. Not taking away from our initial goals, maybe adding to them, but also making sure that we're on track. If we don't do any reviews, you don't know how far you've gotten. Also, knowing how far you've come can encourage you to keep going. So it's important to set targets that you know are achievable. And if you if you do more, or if you do better than you expected, then that's a win-win. But it's still a target to be met. And then when you're reviewing it, you can see how you're approaching it, if it worked, and what you can improve on. So why does this work? It works because you've got something to focus on without seeing just the big picture. So it keeps you focused and you don't feel overwhelmed. It measures real progress. So you get to see exactly how far you've come based on the targets that you set yourself. You're able to then adjust things as the months go by, rather than just seeing, oh, it didn't work and why didn't it work? No, you can make adjustments as you go along. And most importantly, you're building momentum as you're going on with the quarters. And don't underestimate the power of small wins. When you see yourself being a little bit better than you were before, it gives you a boost to just keep going and to do better. So this is what breaking it down does for you. One thing I know for sure is time is flying by, whether you like it or not, whether you do anything with it or not. Time is not waiting for anyone. So if we are able to get our goals, hit our targets, it's a win-win. And the worst place to be in is, oh, I should have done that, or I could have done that. I wanted to do this, but somehow time just went. Or I was thinking about doing that. Now this person is doing it. Or we don't want any of that at the end of 2026. If we want to do something, we're going for it. So I just want to encourage you that you don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have everything in place. You don't need to have all your ducks in a row. But if you have an idea of what you'd like done, put it down, write it down, pen to paper, fingers to phone. I don't know. Write it down, break it down, make sure you're able to see clearly that this is what I'm hoping to achieve by the end of 2026. And you'll be so surprised at how much you can get done. So I wanted to keep this nice and short because, as you can see, it's a different background. I'm at home. I'm doing this in my bedroom. I just thought, my year is starting now. I gave myself a few days to just enter the new year, but it's all starting right now. So I hope this helps. If it's going to help, or if it helps you, please let me know in the comments. If you're like me and just need everything planned out, you know, make plans, let me know if this video has been helpful for you, and we will definitely be doing our checkups. So let me just give you a little reminder of what we said we were going to do. So we said that 4 quarters in this year. Each quarter has 3 months, 90 days, give or take. So in those times, we're going to set ourselves goals and things and tasks that we're going to achieve. And once we do that, every single quarter, at the end of every single quarter, we're going to review what we did in that quarter. Now, let me give you some ideas. If it's let's say personal, if it's I'm going to learn something new, you can learn 4 new things in this year 2026, 1 for each quarter. So you figure out how you're going to do it for that quarter, you figure out what you need to do, learn it. If it's books, I'm going to read 4 books. I'm going to read 4 books for the year of 2026. Write down the books that you're going to read and ensure that you have your 3 months to finish each book. If it's businesses, you've got your goals. Break them down into 4 quarters, into 4 parts, into 4 things. Break those down into tasks that you're going to achieve and do, and give yourself deadlines. And that way, when it's time to review, you'll see how much work you've done and how much progress you've made. So I hope that was so helpful for you, as it is for me. It helps me so much. So I look forward to getting 2026 done in a brilliant way with you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.